Half of Gen Z men no longer actively even trying to date. They're not even trying. And so
I don't know how to date in 2023 because it's all a competition. Like,
I really don't know how to date.
Something that's so crazy to me is the fact that people don't even date no more. They just talk, catch feelings, and then trick you into thinking that you got something special with them.
Let me show y'all the text message I received after going on one date with a man.
I don't get why I'm still single. I don't get it. I'm a catch.
America is the worst place in the world to date if you're a man. Think about
Don't know how to give or receive love. Fine with situationships and sneaky links. Don't have any morals and just completely lost.
So you wanted a 32-year-old who's making $200K.
Sure.
Why does no one know how to date? In today's video, we're going to be discussing how dating in the United States feels harder than it used to be due to several overlapping reasons such as economics, social, and cultural differences, and things have just completely shifted. So I'm get deep into this video without mentioning social media. I feel like social media has made dating very performative. We have all of these people saying, oh, if you're not following me, if you're not liking my picture, if you look like this in pictures, if you do post, or if you're not online, you're not good enough. And then we have the other half of people creating these fake lifestyles and getting online telling people how they should date, who they should date, what their standard is. And people are forgetting that this is not real life. Social media is not real. You may see somebody online and they may have this beautiful relationship, and then when they get offline, he might be beating her up, or she might be beating him up, or they might be in a toxic relationship. But because you're getting all of your relationship advice and you're getting all of your insight about the current relationship from social media, which is not reality, you have people like Young Miami and Sweetie and Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki and all these different women saying if your man is not making this much money, you bags and doing all these things for you, then he's not a man or he's not worthy. People are basing real life relationships off of social media.
If you want to be in a happy relationship in this generation, stop scrolling on your phone. Stop dating people that overconsume social media all day, that are not grounded in reality. That's the problem. Because every other post is a reason to hate the other gender, and every other post literally plants seeds of doubt in your relationship. Stop scrolling on your phone.
I believe social media got y'all confused. How can you say if you're making $60,000 a year and you get with a man making $60,000 a year, how the hell you expect him to pay all the bills and take you on trips and do nice things? That is unrealistic. We have to come to the conclusion that some women will never date a rich man. You will never date a man in the 1%. And the fact that y'all wanting these men to do this and that because of what y'all see on social media and what the next woman getting, when y'all never experienced a man that's even in the 1%.
So you wanted a 32-year-old who's making $200K.
Sure.
What do you think the median income is for the age that you specified?
Like 70, maybe 65, 70. Is it lower?
48,000.
Wow. I would say probably like 70K, maybe.
It's actually $49,000.
Wow. Between 65 and 70 for a 30-year-old?
It's actually 45.
Oh, okay.
And you were the most realistic one so far. For a 26-year-old, what do you think the median income is?
I'm pretty sure it's closer to like 60,000.
It is $38,000.
Oh, wow.
So a 33-year-old.
I would like to say around 100K, maybe 80K. I'm not exactly sure.
It
but
is a whopping $49,000.
Oh. Oops. My brain was somewhere else.
I know relationships in this generation are cooked. I seen a dude tweet. He said, as soon as you start asking me, how did you sleep? I know this isn't going to go anywhere. Long-term relationships are boring. They come with a lot of mundane activity, mundane behavior. If you don't understand that, you'll never be able to get in a long-term relationship. Do people really think that you're about to be in deep-ass conversation every fucking day? Talking about life, morals, and all sorts of shit. Me, my mother, my grandmother, and my grandfather all lived on the south side of Chicago growing up, Auburn, Gresham area, right? My grandfather and my grandmother sometimes would just be in each other's presence, not even speaking. We were married for like 40 some years before he passed in 05. Every day isn't this crazy, immaculate journey. People think relationships are trips, bags. You want a new Rolex? You want a new AP? You want to go to Greece? You want to go... Bro, no. Asking somebody, how did you sleep? It's the smallest form of showing that you care about their well-being. What should you say to somebody in the morning? Tell me your thoughts on the Big Bang Theory. You know, somebody asked me that bullshit at 8 a.m. Yeah, they could get blocked. Relationships are boring.
And let's not forget the dating apps. We are too accessible. Nowadays, people can slide in 50 people's DM and they feel like, oh, I got 50 options just because a DM went through. Reality is not sitting in. People think they can shoot their shot with anybody. Nobody's above anybody when it comes to social media and dating apps. And I feel like because people feel like they have so many options, dating is trash. Anytime somebody makes a mistake, they're not provided any grace because they're like, oh, well, they made a mistake. I'm just gonna swipe right on the next person. I'm finna swipe right on this person. Oh, he's shorter than 5'9" up. I'm gonna go ahead and swipe right, not taking into account the person's personality, characters, or morals. All you see is that he's 5'9" and he works at Google and he's not good enough because of social media.
People would rather protect their options than the relationship that they're actually in. They would rather leave the ex on social media that's causing problems and issues than to take them off. But as soon as y'all break up, they're going to block you and do all this other shit. And if you bring this to their attention, all they're going to say is that you're being insecure.
Women also suffer from the illusion of options. I had to realize you're not picking a man out of all the men in the world. You're picking a man out of all the men that like you. Correct. Specifically on the likes you part. Somewhere along the way, I think we were taught you could have any man that you want. Possibly, yeah, you can have him, but in what way? You may have his time, his attention, his intimacy, but do you have his mind, his heart, his respect? Commitment. Do you have his commitment to you? I really think we have more options than we do because we believe we're everybody's type.
Everybody swear they got all the options in the world. Just because somebody is in your DMs telling you they gonna do X, Y, and Z, or they will do X, Y, and Z, don't mean that they will do X, Y, and Z, and don't mean that they're a great option. Some of them options that y'all be bragging on be shit. They be pure shit. There's plenty of people out here that may think that you're attractive and they may see some value in you. That don't mean they're going to do right by you. That don't mean that you should leave your current situation or leave your peace to go fuck with them. It's some people out there right now that just simply want to say that they had you. They don't want to spend the rest of their life with you. They don't want to get married to you. They just want to sleep with you and be able to say that they did. Don't go for the okie doke, man. I promise y'all, a lot of them options, bro, a lot of them people that's in them DMs, they selling wolf tickets, bro. A lot of these men just want to sleep with you, and a lot of these women just want to see how far they can get with using you, bro. They want to see how much money they can get up at you, bro. Them options ain't options. Don't be.
If you don't want to let go of your roster because somebody online said if you stop talking to other women, although one woman amounts to everything that you want, she checks off all your boxes, but you don't want to date her because of social media. You don't want to date her because somebody on social media told you that you were settling, or you don't want to date her because you feel like because you reached a certain milestone in your life and you make a certain amount of money, you should have options. Because social media has been telling men and women if they reach a certain caliber, because social media told you once you reach a certain amount of accolades, you no longer have to deal with this, that, and that. You should only be able to date people that look like this. And it's just like social media is not real. I know y'all remember that time when Kevin Samuels came online and he was telling men, oh, you shouldn't date broke women. You shouldn't date women with kids. You shouldn't date women that don't have hair past their ear. Like, he came up with all of these different quotas that women had to meet. And when he passed away, we found out that he was dating baby mothers, the same women that he was telling men not to date. He was dating these women and entertaining these women. And this is what I say and mean when I say social media is not real life. People will get online all day long and tell you this is the dating standard that you should have when it's completely unrealistic for somebody in your situation.
Men with power, men of value, cheat because they should. A lot of you ladies aren't going to like what I have to say, but I don't really give a French toast doggone. Because when you are in the top 10% of men and almost 100% of women want you, just like Pringles, you can't just eat one, or Lay's or whatever. Why is it that so many women today seem to really honestly believe that in a connected world, a man who has separated himself and rose to the top has to be limited to you.
Another component that affects dating is the gender roles. Anytime I get online, we have a group of men bashing women. Oh, women don't do this. Oh, women are HOEs, or women are not feminine enough, or women are this. And then on the other side of that, we have a list of women. Oh, men are sassy now. Oh, men aren't masculine. Where are the men? Men are broke. And I just feel like it's exhausting. Sometimes you literally just have to clock off. It can't separate the two. They go out into the world and they seen a girl on TikTok saying how she used the man and she's a gold digger. And then you go out and you start treating all these other women like they're this woman that you seen on social media. Once you close the app, you should erase everything you consume because it's not real life. The gender wars has really divided us. I don't know how many times I have seen posts where a black man and a black woman is dating, and I'll read the comments and it'll be hundreds of women saying, oh my gosh, this makes me so happy. I didn't know that black women were still being loved by black men. I didn't know that black man desired us. And I'm reading and sitting there like, girl, what? Like, are you okay? But because all of the gender wars and the black and white and all of the messiness online, people think that this is reality. I'm like, if you go outside, all I see is lovely black couples. All I see is black families. And things may be perpetuated in a certain manner to push a certain propaganda, but that is not reality.
Did y'all see that video on here of a lady talking about, you know, if somebody doesn't text you back for, say, 5 hours, you don't text them back for 24 hours? No shade to this lady whatsoever, but I just feel like dating in this generation is so exhausting, and I'm sick of the mental games that you have to play because I'm not playing. Why does everything have to be a game? Why do you have to walk on eggshells with a person that you like? Why can't you just be yourself? Like for me, I'll never stop being vulnerable. If I catch feelings for somebody and I like them and I feel comfortable expressing myself, opening up, I'm gonna do it. If they choose to play around, like, that's really their loss, and it is what it is.
I don't know how to date in 2023 because it's all a competition. Like, as a single man, you're competing with the other single men. And then it's like, I feel like, who the fuck am I really in competition with?
About dating cultures outside the US and why we are really failing as a society in America. I was traveling for like a month in Greece, Italy, Dubai, and Israel. And because I'm a dating app founder, I always ask people about their dating experiences. And I asked a lot of men, you know, what are the girls like in your country? What's it like to date here? And the thing that I kept hearing over and over, specifically in Italy and Israel, is that the women in their country are very difficult and hard to please. In Israel, for example, a woman will never have sex on the first date. Maybe the third, maybe the fourth. First date, not a thing. I also noticed men in these countries will put so much more effort into taking girls out on dates, into actually getting to know them, and they're more open to having serious relationships. And in a lot of countries outside the US, if you go on just a few dates with someone, it is automatically assumed that you're exclusive. You don't even have to talk about it. In the US, a man can swipe right on a dating app, meet with a girl that same day, and get into her bed that night. So why would he ever want to commit? He has thousands of girls at his disposal that he can have sex with. I totally believe that a woman has control of what she wants to do with her body. I believe sexual experience is very important, but at the same time, I think we are totally shooting ourselves in the foot by being so supportive of sexual liberation. And this goes both ways. Man, woman, gay, straight, the more sexual options you have, the less likely you are to commit, the more likely you are to flake, to ghost, to not be serious about someone. So yes, the women in these countries might be more difficult to please, but what's the opposite of difficult? Easy. Is that what we want to be in the US? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Another reason that I think the dating pool is trash right now is due to inflation. A lot of men have came online and said that they are not spending money on women that's not theirs. They're not courting women anymore. They're not going to spend a dime on you if they don't feel like you're worth it. A lot of are using them, so they literally will not spend a dime on you unless they find you worthy. And in today's time, I don't blame guys or women being strategic or careful with how they spend their money, because we have so many women getting online saying, oh, I'm just using him for a free meal, or I'm just doing this and I don't really like him. I'm not taking dating seriously. I'm just going with the flow. I'm in my single era right now, and they may be trying to invest, and you're online telling them like, oh, I'm just looking for a free meal. In today's time, it's hard to come by $1, and dating is not how it used to be. Back in the day, you can go on a date, a movie date and a dinner date under $30 for 2 people. In today's age, in any big city, a dinner date at a nice restaurant, you might have to pay for parking. That's easily $150. And I'm not even talking about fine dining. Like, everything is just expensive. So people are being strategic with who they're spending their money with. And then on the opposing side, we have women that's like, well, that's the bare minimum. Like, you should be able to take me on a first, second, and third date and pay for the date, pay for valet parking, open my doors. Like, you should be able to do all of these things, because that's just what dating is, and that comes with courting. And I 100% agree, but I do understand why a lot of men are hesitant or more meticulous about who they spend money on, because times have changed. There's a multitude of women coming online saying they're not looking for anything serious. They're just looking for men for this, that, and that. And that's why I always tell women, be careful what you say publicly. Like, if you don't want marriage, that's perfectly fine. If you just want to date, go ahead and date. But I always feel like the women that just want to date and just have fun, they always end up linking and matching with men that want commitment. And I feel like when you put those two things together, it's only going to cause confusion, turmoil.
Y'all gotta stop with that whole I got a lot of options mentality, because you really don't. We are living in a generation where the majority of everyone is cutthroat, damaged, battling demons, have hidden agendas, don't know how to give or receive love, fine with situationships and sneaky links, don't have any morals, and just completely lost. It's very rare that you come across someone who's really for you, that's going to stimulate you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially. Y'all really out here fumbling good people that you come across once in a lifetime, just to spend the rest of yours searching for it in all these temporary people. You'll learn the hard way that not everyone can be replaced. Period.
Relationships are the new relationships. There are so many people that will explain a dynamic that they have between a romantic partner, and I would think to myself, like, that's not a situationship, that's a relationship. But they would call it a situationship just because there's no title on it. People are not being real with themselves nowadays, and I feel like this is also causing a lot of turmoil in the dating pool. You think, oh, what's said doesn't have to be explained, like we all on the same page, but he's thinking that y'all are in a relationship, but you're thinking, oh, we're just hooking up, and it's just, all of it is confusing. And I always say that situationships are relationships that you do not want to commit to. People are too scared of being played, so they just say, oh, I'm in a situationship, or we kind of talk, or that's my little sneaky link, because you don't want to put a title and give commitment to it because you're just scared of getting played. But really, in the end, you're only playing yourself, because real emotions are there, real time is being put in there, but you're just not putting a title on it.
Only in America, you got men asking women what they bring to the table. Can she split the bill? You know, he'll stay home while she works. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it's crazy because around the world, people pretty much understand, you know, as a man, you're a provider. And these are the same men in America that complain about modern women, that women ain't feminine, they're masculine, they don't know how to cook, they don't know how to clean, they don't follow my lead, they're not submissive. You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck would a woman be submissive to a guy that she's paying for? Why the fuck would a woman sit here and not act masculine when you're putting her in a masculine role? Why would a woman sit here and follow a man that's her equal? You're her equal. Would you follow somebody? Would you follow and listen to a coworker who is the same level as you? I ain't listening to you, motherfucker. I listen to the manager. You're not my boss. I'm not following you. I'm not listening to you. And that's the same way women see it. It's hard for women to follow men who ain't acting like men. What do you expect?
Final shift that I want to highlight is that women are focusing on themselves. This is beautiful, honestly, y'all, because I was the same way. I was in that era where if I find my husband, I find him. If I don't find him, I don't find him. I was very content in my singleness, and I feel like that's been a shift. Back in the day, a lot of women, they went out looking for a husband. Like, they needed a husband to provide for them. They needed a man because they just couldn't do certain things without a man. Like, having a man was everything. But I feel like now women are desensitizing men, and they're focusing more on their career and their happiness, and they are doing the things, they're doing in vitro, they're doing things without having a man. Women are taking control of their lives, and I think this is also putting a shift in the dating world because we're now prioritizing self rather than prioritizing men.
Dating isn't as hard as our generation makes it seem. The problem is a lot of people are hyper fixated on people who will never like them. My dad has this saying that I've adopted as well, that I like who likes me. It is very simple, but if you focus on people who actually like you instead of trying to get people to like you, then your dating life and experience will be so much better. You quite literally can't force somebody to like you. You can't force somebody to want to take you on a date. You can't force somebody to want to be around you. It's literally that simple, but people make their dating life so much harder than it actually is. I like to flirt. Flirting is harmless. It's healthy. But I'm fully aware of women that don't want to be around me. I don't want to continue to chase you. I don't want to continue to text you. I don't want to continue to DM you for real with intention if you don't want to fucking be around me. A lot of people's dating lives revolve around the phrase wanting what you can't have. And that could never be me. I'm so focused on people that actually want to be around me, people that like me. And in turn, I like who likes me. It's a very easier dating experience when you're not constantly chasing somebody. That doesn't.
Yes, yes, and yes. Everything he said. A lot of people are simply dating people that do not like them. He don't like you. That's why it's hard. You're like, well, he doesn't do this, that. He doesn't like you. He doesn't like you. A lot of people are in limerence relationships. The relationships are very one-sided and not reciprocated, and they wonder why it's so difficult. Like, I literally remember having a friend that was just like, I know he doesn't like me. I know he doesn't do this. I know he doesn't do that, but I'm only keeping him around because I'm demonetized. Because he has great DICK, I'm going to keep him around. Although he's bad for my health, bad for my sanity, bad for my time, bad for my life. He's literally ruining my life. But because he has good DICK, I'm going to keep him around. Women and men know when someone does not like them, but they keep them around because it benefits them over here, or because they just cannot see or fathom that the person that they like does not like them. Dating is so much easier when you like people that like you. It's crazy how much your love will be reciprocated when you date people that like you. Bottom line, dating in the United States feels hard because people are unemotionally available, realistic dating standards, can't afford to date, not transparent, communication is messy, they have all the options in the world, nobody can tell them nothing, feminism, it's just, y'all, all of it is literally just a lot. And when you put all of these people in one dating pool, it has no choice but to be chaos. Like, it's gonna be chaotic, it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, let me know how y'all feel about the dating pool right now, and if you can relate to anything that any of the people or I said in this video. And yeah, I'll see y'all in my next video.